What's going on YouTube? Mike here with I Heart Knives, and in this episode we're going to be doing some cut testing with the Hap40 Gyuto. So this is going to be a little bit different than what we're used to. You guys are used to me sharpening, making knives, reviewing and giving my thoughts on different pocket knives. I haven't done any testing with knives just because that's not really like my thing, but I'm just really curious how this is going to turn out. So that was my reasoning behind it. Otherwise, I normally wouldn't test a knife, but I've heard such good things about the Hap40 that I'm curious to see how it performs. Let's get into it. I have cardboard here. It's all come from the same box. This is a pretty serious box. This is single wall cardboard, not double wall. I'm just gonna get like an average size for each piece. So like this one is about 11 inches wide. These ones here are all about 11 inches wide. So this is one section of them. And then these bigger ones are about 13 inches wide. So 11 and 13 is 24. So it makes sense because it was a 24-inch box. What I'm going to do is grab a piece of paper and a pencil or pen. So I'll write down like 11 and count how many pieces there are. And then each time I finish cutting that piece, I'm going to put a tally of how many times I cut. So if it's 15 cuts in one piece, I'll have 15. And then I'll go to the next piece and write down how many cuts. Keep going. This has been sharpened to 4,000 grit. And I strapped it on 3 micron and 2 micron. Like I always do. Like if you watch any of my sharpening videos, I always do that. And it's been sharpened 3 times. So let me go grab what I need. Alright guys, so I got tape, pen and paper, and then I'm going to write this down. So 11-inch pieces. There's 11 of them. And then there's 6 pieces of 13-inch. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll use like right around here, somewhere in the middle of the blade. And I'll put tape about an inch away from the other piece. Okay, so in between here is where we're going to use. And we'll get to cutting. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it there. I mean, at the very tip where the tape starts here. There's just a little bit that still shaves, but you know, the rest of it is pretty much gone for shaving hair, so just call it there. So make sure it can still slice paper. And it can. There's like a little bit of tape residue because the cardboard isn't perfectly clean. I think it's a little bit of tape because the edge still feels pretty aggressive. Alright guys, so we're doing pretty good so far. I am just going to go grab some more cardboard, but I'll obviously leave the knife here and you know, just keep this rolling because I don't want you to think that I skipped. I didn't think I'd run out of cardboard. Alright guys, so I have some more U-line. It's the same company, the same type single wall cardboard. So I'll just keep going with this, and this is about 10 inches. think I might have to call it there. It's weird, I mean it will. It does slice the paper, but it does catch every once in a while. So guys, I am just going to pause quick because I have to swap the batteries. But so 443. I'm just going to pause it. It'll take me like a minute just to grab my other battery, swap it out. So just hang on 1 sec, and then I'm going to tally it up and give you guys the results. Alright guys, so 446, and I did do quick math while the camera was off, and here are the results. The final numbers are fine edge 251 feet, and the working edge was 239 feet. You could probably take off, if we, let's say that after when I switched to this 10-inch cardboard, the first set of cuts was 38, the second was 40. If I just stopped at the 38 and we got rid of the 40, let's see, 33 feet. So technically, I guess you could say like 206 feet working edge if you wanted to discount the 40 cuts that I did with the second piece, since I didn't technically test the paper, which I should have. That was my fault. But either way, those are still pretty good numbers. You know, this is a fairly thin blade too. You know, the edge is probably about 10 to 12 thousandths on the whole thing, so it's going to perform pretty well just because it's thin. It glides through the cardboard, but either way, Hap40, that's pretty impressive, and that's with 3 sharpenings. So who knows what what a 4th sharpening might bring. I'll probably do one more test just to see, but you know, that's a 1-inch section that I used here too, and we have 8 inches of blade here. I'll take that all day long. You know, there's plenty of usable length here. 251 feet for fine edge is pretty damn good. I mean, it was popping hairs until it stopped. It's not even like I wasn't really scraping at the very end, like maybe the last piece of cardboard or second to last. It would scrape a little bit of skin too, like you can see like skin cells, and that's how you know it was starting to dull. But I mean, it was still pretty much popping hairs like 75-80% of the time of the first set of cuts. So that's pretty impressive. You know, to stay that sharp for that long is pretty wild. It didn't feel like it was dulling. That's why I skipped from after the 38 cuts and then the 40 on the last piece. That was the reason that I skipped cutting paper on the first one at the end, because I thought it was just going to keep going, so I didn't even bother because it just felt so easy. But I think Hap40 dulls, like, you know, it just comes to an abrupt stop when it dulls. At least that's my guess. This is the only example of Hap40 that I have, so, you know, if you guys want to send me, if somebody has Hap40, you guys want to send me a knife that you don't mind me testing or sharpening, you know, I'll test it against this and we can see. But this is heat treated to, I believe, 65 or 66 Rockwell, so, you know, it's a pretty hard steel. Another thing too, I try to keep the channel interesting for you guys, and, you know, keep sharpening stones and knives and stuff interesting, you know, but I can't just buy and sell unlimited knives. So if you guys have a knife that you want to send me, that you want me to review for the channel, that you don't mind me hanging on to for like 2 weeks, you know, if you guys want it reviewed, or sharpening stones that you guys want me to compare, like Dom, that was, you know, so generous of him to send the Nano Hone stones. and that was a really cool series, and a lot of people liked it. So thanks to Dom, we got that going. But I still have content that I'm going to be putting out, but I want to keep the channel going fresh, and I don't want it to get stale for you guys. So if you guys have knives that you want to loan out for a couple weeks, and if I have a knife that you guys want to see, just let me know. If you want to like trade knives for a couple weeks, I don't mind sending some of my knives out. The only ones I won't is the Microtech Silicon Elite and the large and cozy, just because those are like my two everyday users. I don't mind sending them out. I just love them so much that at this point I don't really want to let go of them. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and sharpen this again. Maybe even just use a different part of the blade before I sharpen it. Definitely want to get it back in the kitchen too, though. It's been missed. I've been using my Shun Premier, but this thing is freaking laser of a knife, and since I've gotten used to it, I just love it. But just wanted to say thank you to all my subs and all you guys for watching. I also wanted to give a shout out to Outpost 76, Patty's Potato Peelers, Super Steel Steve, Kenny from In the Pocket, Banner 24/7, Tom Hosang Outdoors. Go sub and check out all those channels. Obviously, you guys probably already know who they are. New knife channels that are pretty cool. Neves Knives, Bama Knife Guy. He's Lee. He's boys with Super Steel Steve. He's a cool dude, and he's got some really cool shit that he's doing, like first impressions and lender knives and stuff. He's actually, he just put out a Medford knife first impression or unboxing today or yesterday. One of the subs sent out to him. That's a Medford makes nice knives. Yeah, so that's the Hap40 test. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Dom, I know you were looking forward to it. We talked about it, and I know there's a couple other guys that were looking forward to seeing it. Thank you to all you guys for for helping grow this channel. I really appreciate all you guys, and I definitely have a newfound respect for knife testing. Got a start of a blister, so that's fun. Just add to the calluses that I already have and the cuts that I have. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.